on your flash drive that we gave you, there's going to be a list of startup stuff that we ask you to buy. So it'll save me from telling you and having to have you write it down. So we make that easy for you. One of the important things, whenever you add any chemicals to your pool, we want you to pre-dissolve them. 90% of all chemicals are heavier than water. As they fall to the bottom of the pool, they could etch your pool. So, to avoid any problems with the interior surface of your pool, fill your pool through your bucket half full with water, then add your chemical to it. Give it a little stir, and then when you pour the chemicals into your pool, it's good to have your pump running, and then pour it into your pool, preferably the deep end. Do not pour any of the chemicals over the steps, the benches, or in the spa. You want the water, the chemical water, to have time to fall to help dissolve the chemicals.
So you can even just put the shock in here rather than...
That is exactly right. Especially shock, because you have a colored interior, and that shock can bleach your interior. So no matter what, always safe to pre-dissolve everything. Okay, we're going to go ahead and actually test your water. In this kit, there is your test vials, chemical tests. There is an acid demand chart, the instructions in which we're going to use to do this, and a book containing all the information beyond what we normally will use. We do not use bromine unless there is a small percentage who has to do bromine. But I recommend doing chlorine just because chlorine kills the best. Since we have two tests here, we can do two tests at the same time. We're going to do the chlorine test and the pH test. The chlorine test says fill small test vial to the line, and we'll do the pH test. It says fill large test vial to the solid line. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fill these up. When you fill it, if you can get it down about 12 to 18 inches, that's generally where the chemicals linger. But that is another good bonus of the import system that we have, is because it mixes up the water a lot better than conventional plumbed pools, because we're returning all the water from the bottom, which also circulates the water better for chemicals. But for heating the pool, we can heat the pool a third faster than conventional plumbing because we're returning all the water from the floor. Heat rises. All right. The chlorine test, test 1, says add 5 drops of solution 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And shake and compare colors. The pH says add 1 drop of number 4. Each bottle is labeled 1. And then 5 drops of number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, and we're going to compare. Now, since we have ozone and UV, I want you to run the chlorine level between 0.6 and 1.0 instead of 2.0 to 3.0. Looking at our color sample, we basically have no chlorine here. But that's what we did. We just added chlorine to the chlorinator. Now, looking at your pH, it's awfully red. It's very high. So it says add acid. So we need to lower that. Let's look up here again. We want to get the acid, the pH level at ideal. Okay? 7.6.
And then the chlorine should be...
we want to operate, we have ozone and UV, we want to operate between 0.6 and 1.0. Just a little bit of yellow, because that's where our chlorine savings comes from, is with the ozone UV, so we can run less. Okay? Now it says if the pH reading is high, go to the acid demand test. The acid demand test says using this sample, add number 3, 1 drop at a time until we get the color change of where we want, which is 7.6, counting the drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 is where we're at.
Finally, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Now it says that the drops go to the acid demand chart. Now we know that this pool is a 15,000 gallon pool. Looking at this chart, we added 6 drops for 15,000 gallons. So we need to add 2¼ quarts of acid. Okay? So
we don't have any.
you need to
Right.
So we'll take that 2¼ quarts acid. We're going to fill our bucket full of water. We're going to fill our bucket half full of water first, then add the acid to that. Always add chemicals to water, not the other way around. Stir it a little bit, and then add it how I showed you.